For more now, we're grateful to be joined by Alaska Republican Senator Lisa Murkowski, who is at the Munich Security Conference. Thank you so much, Senator, for joining us tonight. Earlier today, the German chancellor said the United States' claim to leadership has been challenged and possibly lost. What do you make of that strong message directly toward the United States?
You know, when we think about the role of the United States and our leadership in not only Arctic space, which is what I have been focused on in this past day here at Munich, but our role in the world, I think it's fair to say that there has been a shift in the conversation in terms of the relationship between the United States and what we have long considered to be our friends and trusted allies. And that has moved things. It has moved some things in a positive direction. I think that that's good as we're seeing to enhance security in certain areas, most notably in the Arctic. But it also makes for more challenging conversations. And I think you're certainly feeling that here on the ground in Munich.
And we know there's a big spotlight on the United States, just around the world. You're there with a bipartisan delegation. President Macron late today said there would be no agreement to end the Ukraine war unless Europeans are part of the negotiations. What, in your mind, should be Europe's role in helping to end the war in Ukraine?
Well, I think we recognize the very significant role that European nations are playing in support of Ukraine, specifically resources directed to help out in substantial ways. And so as we discuss how to bring about the peace in Ukraine on terms that are beneficial to Ukraine, it needs to be obviously Ukraine. The United States clearly has a role, but I think that our European allies also have a role in that.
And Senator, you touched on some of the challenging conversations that have come up. You stopped in Greenland on your way to Munich. How do the people there currently view the Trump administration?
I think it's fair to say that there's a lot of anxiety in Greenland right now that was precipitated by the comments from President Trump about acquiring, possessing, controlling Greenland. Greenland is its autonomous. It is a territory of the Kingdom of Denmark. We respect the sovereignty of the people of the kingdom, and we respect the autonomy of the people of Greenland. So to suggest that things are now okay with the United States simply because President Trump has taken off the table this notion of military intervention, it belies the truth. There is still anxiety, but I think it is constructive to know that these trilateral talks that are moving forward, the Greenlanders and the Danes feel that is good progress, that dialogue is important.
Certainly. And we also know the Danes have been very vocal, especially in the last couple of weeks. Back here on U.S. soil, as you know, a partial government shutdown involving the Department of Homeland Security is set to get underway tonight. While we have you, we want to touch on this a bit, the immigration crackdowns that we've seen in this country. You've said in the past DHS Chief Christine Noem should step down. Is there anything you believe ICE should have to do differently in the wake of the killing of Alex Preddy and Renee Good?
So I have suggested that there is a lack of confidence in the Secretary of Homeland Security, and I think we have seen that. We have seen that on a host of different levels. Obviously, this is the president's decision, but what we saw happen, what we saw unfold in Minnesota, I think if you ask most Americans, they would say that is not how we enforce our immigration laws. We want to enforce our laws, but it must be done lawfully. And when you are the secretary, you're the one where the buck stops. And so regaining some level of credibility, I think, within the department itself is important at this time.
And you called Senator Murkowski, thank you so much for your time tonight. We really appreciate your insights and your thoughts and your time there from the Munich Security Conference.
Thanks.